We stand on the shoulders of those who came before us. William B. Quarton was just such a man, a leader and visionary. Q called himself a lucky man. We were lucky to have known him, and I was lucky to talk to him over the years about the history of Channel 2. TV dealer newspaper ads in the Cedar Rapids Gazette heralded the Target sign-on date. The enterprising station manager, Bill Quarton, and sales manager, Lou Van Ostren, thought it would be a coup to carry the World Series. But it was on NBC. WMT would be a CBS affiliate. So Van Ostren flew to NBC New York and was persuasive. NBC finally told him,
"You can have the program, you can have to use as an opener, but we're going to charge you $5,000. And that was when Bill says, "Where do you propose to get the $5,000? And I said, "Well, that's your problem, that's not mine."
Quarton says, as it turned out, NBC never billed WMT, and he never reminded them. Finally, the big day came, September 30th, 1953.
Yeah, I gave a stuttering little 5-minute introduction.
This is WMT-TV, Channel 2 in Cedar Rapids. As WMT-TV officially begins its first day of telecasting, we wish to present the General Manager of WMT and WMT-TV, Mr. William B. Quarton.
This is a great day for us, and I hope it is for you, too. Way back in 1940, out at the All-Iowa Fair, WMT had an exhibit, a television exhibit, the first time that Iowa people saw television. Ever since then, we have been hoping for this day, and here it is. Great many of you have expressed tremendous interest in the station, and we're very grateful for that. But we aren't ready for visitors, and we do wish that you'd give us a little more time to get adjusted to our new operation. Now, we've had a wonderful time building this station. I've never had an experience like it in my life. Just everything has been right and clicked all the way. Please do remember that we are not experts. We're trying to do the best we can. We're going to make many mistakes. You're going to have a lot of fun with us, laughing at our mistakes.
We're sitting there waiting, ready, and the engineer says, "I can't get him, I can't get him." And we didn't know whether we had a program or not. But fortunately, just as I was ready to start with my little talk, it came in. And so we had a big blowout with the World Series to start things.
But one of these days we'll end up, I feel confident, with a very good operation. So let me end my little talk with a plea to you to please be patient with us. And now let's enjoy the 1953 World Series.
The Gillette Cavalcade of Sports is on the air.
Good afternoon, baseball fans. This is Ben Scully.
He'd come a long way. Educated at the University of Iowa and George Washington University, the Algona, Iowa native got his start in the 1920s with Thomas Edison in New York.
And that was a wonderful experience. He was a wonderful guy, and a very poor businessman, but...
In 1931, Brother Sumner Quarton was managing what would be WMT Radio.
Well, he finally hired me, and I found out that my ideas weren't too good, but I got a job, and here I am.
Q, as his friends and admirers call him, speaks with humility. He was station manager during World War II and a national radio leader. Post-war, he wanted to get in on the hot new thing, television. Was it a gamble? KMRY radio station owner Rick Sellers.
The whole enterprising nature of Mr. Quarton, I think, can be best illustrated in Channel 2, at least the material, the things part of him, the willingness to invest in what he thought was the future, and indeed it was.
Mr. Quarton made local TV a success with Channel 2, winning the coveted Peabody Award for broadcasting in 1954 and pioneering changes through the 50s and 60s. Since retiring 34 years ago, he's been a community leader. As a philanthropist, he helped found the Greater Cedar Rapids Foundation, and his name is seen in many places, like here at the Cedar Rapids Museum of Art, where we're standing in the William B. Quarton atrium. A broadcasting pioneer reaching age 100, Q offers these words of caution.
Both in radio and television, it has such possibilities, and I just don't think we've quite fulfilled it yet.
During our station's 40th and 50th anniversaries, I've shared with you interviews with Mr. Quarton, and now he tells his own story between the covers of his autobiography, Lucky Man.
Finally have a book. I have a number of friends, so they made me pick it up and finish it, and I'm glad I did now.
Born in Algona, Iowa in 1903, he says,
Yeah, I just feel that I was lucky to be in the right place at the right time.
Like when in New York he
found a job at Edison's.
Inventor Thomas Edison.
He was a strange fellow.
Bill would work in a number of big cities.
L.A., New York, Washington.
But it was his brother Sumner, already working in Iowa radio, who would lead Mr. Quarton to what would become WMT.
I came out here in the fall of 1931.
In 1943, he became WMT general manager for the next 25 years.
That was another lucky thing.
He and several other Midwest managers hired a reporter to be their Washington correspondent.
Cronkite. That was another one of those lucky things. It worked out for Waller, too. CBS heard him and hired him, and we lost him. But he stayed friendly.
With the anchor man writing a foreword to Mr. Quarton's new book. William B. Quarton, pioneer in commercial, public, and cable television, and is a philanthropist in our community. And now he has his own book out. What's next?
That's 102? I have no idea.
But he's had a lot of fun so far.
You bet. It's been very interesting. That's one of the things that leads me to think that I've been lucky. Well, I was delighted with the broadcasting business. I just thought it was great. And I was so happy. I can't think of anything worse for a life to be spent on a production line day after day after day. There was always something new in broadcasting, and people were interested in it, and we were interested in it. So it was a wonderful business. And still is.
And still is. I'll agree with you. Thanks. I'm Cary J. Hahn, the CBS 2 Iowa Traveler.